Hey everybody out there in YouTube land and beyond. Jake of the One Man Band is back again, giving you guys another RWBY theory. And as you can probably tell by the title, it's gonna be about Weiss's family, the Schnee family. So, this is basically a theory that I've developed from basically context clues from the show and taken like from the show, from the wiki, and a few ideas that have been going around through my head. And let it be known that I'm using information from RWBY Volume 1 and RWBY Volume 2 up to Episode 9. I'm using information that I have gathered from those episodes. So, in the future, as the story continues to develop, my theories may be totally blown out the water or added onto by future stuff that comes out. So basically, yeah. Enough of my blabbering. To the theory. Basically, back at the end of the Great War that took place 80 years ago, when the four kingdoms were finally going to unite and be a collective coalition, one of the soldiers that fought during the war, last name Schnee, I'm not sure what his first name would be, basically Weiss's grandfather, he decided that in order to continue to protect the kingdoms from the grim threat, that they would need a grand stockpile of weaponry that used dust. So he set out an expedition. He pretty much hung up his warrior self and became a businessman. Sent out expeditions to look for large deposits of dust. And where he did find large deposits of dust, he went to digging them out, making quarries, and started mining the dust, and started to build the first dust mining empire. He basically monopolized the dust industry and became partners with the military, since they were both stationed in Atlas. Now, as time went on and more dust was discovered and mined and refined, that Mr. I don't want to say Mr. Schnee, because then it sounds like Mr. Shmee from Peter Pan. So, basically, the leader of the Schnee Dust Company, Weiss's grandfather, he started to branch off to find other people who would invest in his business. This may go as far to criminal organizations, mercenary groups, because it is stated that the Schnee Dust Company has shady business partners. And as well as getting involved with shady people, he then saw that the faunus minority would work for less money because they were being treated as second-hand citizens. So he basically took faunus, put them into indentured servitude, if you will, paid them bare minimum wages, and had them mining, refining, and finding more dust. Skip ahead a few more decades, Weiss's grandfather has a son who becomes Weiss's father. He then takes over the business, continues to have it expand, partners with the military even more to create weaponry, robots, and defense mechs. Skip ahead even further to about 5 years before the events of RWBY that's happening now. The White Fang gets a new leader, the new tyrannical violent leader. They begin to launch attacks on Schnee mining operations, stealing trains, executing members of the board, kidnapping important people. This drives Weiss's father to be very angry, become even more militaristic, and fully partners with the military to help develop the Elysium Knights and the Paladin battle suits. And now with the whole company out of the way, I want to talk about Weiss's father and her sister, Winter. First off, her father. I believe her father is probably a man who is very driven by his job. He's a workaholic. All he really cares about is his job, and he's probably a little bit peeved that he hasn't had a son to help take over the business, but he does have 2 daughters that are willing and able to take over the business. But due to the White Fang activity, this might have caused him to take to drink, and he may have harmed his daughters physically and emotionally and mentally during these times, because it is stated that Weiss's father would come home completely furious, and he may have taken that out on his daughters. Alrighty now, Weiss's sister Winter. I have a few ever-changing theories with Winter. Okay, first off, she may be younger and she may be older. She may be a younger, she may be an older sister. We're not sure. But I believe that the possibilities of either are pretty equal. But either way, I think that her sister is one of the reasons why Weiss decided to be a huntress. She did state in Volume 2, Episode 9 that she wanted to uphold the family honor, but that really wasn't what she meant. So, here's a few theories that I got. 1. Weiss's sister Winter is a younger sister and has some form of health condition that keeps her cooped up in their mansion, in their house, or whatever. Maybe she's a paraplegic, maybe she has some sort of, maybe she has a very weak immune system, maybe she's albino. Weiss is pretty pale, if you really think about it. Or Weiss's sister Winter may have been attacked by creatures of Grimm. This would have maybe propelled Weiss to becoming a huntress even more. But who can really tell? This next theory actually came from Sleeper Ripshire, one of my friends that I talk about with RWBY a lot, and they've helped me out with a bunch of videos. Their theory is pretty much that Weiss's sister Winter may be older, and she may be the sort of the perfect child, perfect to a fault, to the fact that Weiss doesn't like her because she's so perfect, but Winter still wants to have a relationship with Weiss, but there's the whole, she tries to get close, Weiss pushes her away because she doesn't like her, because she's always been the better daughter. And to add to that theory, Winter may actually be the next person to take control of the company if she was the older sister. Sure, Weiss is an heiress to the Schnee Dust Company, but that doesn't technically mean that she is going to inherit it. Or does it? I don't know. Heiress, it's all screwy. I don't understand it. Anyway, guys, that's basically my thoughts on the Schnee family and the Schnee business. I hope I may have gotten you guys to think a little bit, or maybe we have the same ideas going on. But anyway, like and favorite if you've enjoyed, subscribe, of course, and I will see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land. Be a nice person, tip your waitresses. Yeah, yo!